Yeah, we're keeping that. Okay. I think we're good. Does everyone feel good about it? I feel good about it.
We'll see, won't we?
Oh, we will see. We haven't sat in a room and done this in a long time.
There's been a bit of a pandemic.
There has. We're going to have to reestablish if we even like each other enough to do this, or if we would rather just do it on Discord from now on.
I did live with you for a month.
That's true. And in that time, I don't know which direction we grew.
I think... I like to think we grew closer, but that's because I already knew my mess.
I just like how when I came over, Tanner's like, hey, don't mind the mess. Simla's mess.
You know what?
Right under the bus.
I was in the middle of moving and being homeless for a month.
You've been in the middle of moving for like 3 months.
I have nothing to say to that. But during that month, when the mess was mine, there's no mess of mine here anymore.
That is very
true.
true.
I thought my iPad was more charged than it is, and it has my notes on it. So...
You're a nightmare.
Talk fast.
Yeah, this is going to be a quick episode.
Or charge it.
We're racing the clock.
Plug it in.
Don't you have a phone?
Yes. And yes, they're cloud synced with each other. And yes, the notes are also on that, but it's such a little screen, and I'd have to go put on glasses because I'm aging rapidly now.
Oh, let's not go there.
Oh, hi, welcome back to the show. Alright, so how is everyone? Do we want to catch everyone up? Should we make excuses for why we haven't done this in so long, or...?
Well, 2 of us moved. 3 of us started new jobs.
There was a pandemic.
There is a pandemic, but I feel like that's only the excuse for like a month or 2.
Fair.
It's been going on for 7 months at this point.
We did remote episodes.
Yeah. So we've lost that excuse.
And I also get very sleepy around 10:30, so...
That's true, and I get very sleepy as soon as I wake up. Just immediately. Yeah, we kind of stopped all of our shows on the network, so...
We had lives to attend to, apparently.
Can I just say that how cool that sounds on the network?
Yeah, you're welcome. We're registered with the IRS now, baby. We're real.
Ooh.
There's nothing you can do about it, except...
Not listen.
Continue to not listen. Yeah.
Hey, I always listen. I still listen.
We appreciate it.
Our Kobe child murders is our highest rated episode on YouTube.
I don't know why. Is it because
That's weird.
Is it because of that one clip where what was the word that I kept misreading?
Everything, because it was Japanese.
There we are.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. Also, what's the second highest episode? The most topical one for recent news.
Lori Vallow.
Lori Vallow.
Oh, yeah. No updates on that.
That's just
actually,
with YouTube.
There is an update.
It's not a good update.
Notes. Well, no. We already went over the update that they found the kids.
Oh, okay.
No, the husband. Hold on. Chris Daybell, or Chad Daybell.
Uh-huh.
I've obviously been...
From Freaky Friday.
Uh-huh. What?
That's a different Chad. My bad. Keep going.
He's been arrested on different counts because they think he murdered Alex, the brother, that also definitely killed people.
That's right.
So both the parents have been arrested.
Didn't he evade death briefly? Wasn't he shot at and not killed?
No, that was someone different.
There's just a whole lot going on in this one.
Two people were shot at, and... Oh, yeah, but they're also... So they arrested him, and they're exhuming Tammy, his wife that died under mysterious circumstances. They're exhuming her body.
Right. I'm not good at poignant, but, that's a bummer.
That's a bummer. It's a whole bummer. But they're finally being brought to justice,
And
hopefully.
for the people that don't know anything about this update, where can they find information?
Google.com?
Well, no, but what episode are we looking at?
What's it called?
Lori Vallow.
Lori Vallow,
Okay.
and it's spelled wrong, isn't it?
No, I fixed it.
Okay, good.
It's spelled right now.
You can find that on our YouTube channel or wherever you find
you
podcasts. And then I believe when I did the first update, it's in the title.
I think so.
Because you got to use the clickbait.
Yeah.
You got to bring the news to the people.
Because at that point, that was our highest viewed video on YouTube, anyway. Somehow, Kobe child murders really took off recently. I don't know. That was like episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first episode.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh man, let's check out this Emily person. And they're like, oh wait.
That information wasn't anywhere in there, but... yeah, so...
Can I... at what point do we start doing... Like, we sell our souls and start doing just top 10 videos?
I'm ready.
I could be convinced for just a warm meal.
Yeah. It's not going to take much for me.
Okay.
It seems a lot easier.
We'll do a separate channel for that.
Yeah. On the network.
Can I do the voice?
Yes.
Top 15.
Number 5. Burger King.
That's number
foot
15.
lettuce.
Please, it's like you haven't even watched the video.
I have, unfortunately.
Dude, that came up... Well, first off, I watched those videos so religiously for a time that I got the email when that video was posted.
Oh, no.
And then I watched it and I went, oh, I hate this.
They sent an email?
Well, yeah, because I used to get email notifications when certain people uploaded.
You check your email?
Obviously
Whack.
not. You don't want to see my mailbox.
You know that guy that we watched a little bit while you were staying here?
We
What's
watched
it-
so much media when I was here.
That's true. He's a YouTuber. He does reviews of music.
Yes.
What's his name? Laid back DFR. He's a rapper. He does reviews of
Rock music
that he
everyone's
should have heard, but he somehow hasn't by now.
Oh, yeah, you should I saw that.
Well, he's done reacts now to 2 Nuke videos and one of that guy's videos. And they're very fun. I highly recommend watching him react to Nuke's Top 5.
That does sound fun.
It's very fun.
I like Nuke's Top 5 videos. I also saw that our Instagram messaged him, so I won't say anything bad about him. Hello, sir.
Yes.
No, I do like his videos. I think that they've become a little... Well, getting 2 million views will change your content.
Well, I also
bit.
think there's only so much,
Only so much content.
let's say, compelling content when it comes to paranormal stuff.
A lot of it's TikTok, but, that's everything.
Well, but once you run through all of the actual top 5 scariest ghost videos on the internet, then you're left with the rest of them, but you can't.
That's when
you have
start
to
a
just
new
keep
channel
going.
And post
Top 5 least
mix
scary
them up.
ghost videos on the internet. Start from the bottom. Yeah, no, we're a fan. We reached out to see if he could come on the show. And we
Have
will
not
just
heard back.
keep a pin in that for now. That's where we'll leave it. So, I've reached out to a couple people to come on the show. Well, come on different shows.
Most importantly,
Some shows.
my mom's here.
That's true. Welcome back. It's been...
1 week.
I have a dark theory about that song. I read somewhere online that just going through the lyrics of that song, it sounds like a person who has murdered his significant other and is sitting with the body while he ponders turning himself in or not. Going through the
Awesome.
events that led to it.
The band name would lead me to believe otherwise.
Yes, the Bare Naked Ladies.
And also all of their other songs.
Yes.
They're very upbeat. Well, except
Yes.
for the one that plays at your work, that Bare Naked Ladies song. I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of a melancholy vibe. It's not sad, but it's not really happy. It's like sometimes it rains, and that's life, like that kind of vibe.
Wow. Wow. You know how to bring down a room.
We can sit here and analyze 90s music all night.
That's our new shtick.
New podcast coming to the network.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Fine. Yeah, I guess. Go ahead.
Oh, hello.
It was your idea. You gotta start it.
That's true.
It's a bad introduction.
Yeah, no, I'm Norm. I'm sorry I haven't called in 3 months. Was the last episode 2 months?
I don't know. It's been a while.
I think it was
And I don't think the
July or
last
August.
episode was not very good, if I remember correctly.
Sounds about right.
Oh, was it the alien
Thank
video?
you for having an opinion on which ones aren't very good.
It's the one episode I haven't been able to get through because the sound quality was in and out so much.
That was like the middle. That was not recent, I thought.
That was...
I
I've
don't know.
listened to
There's been a
every
couple.
other... I've listened to every other episode, and I love every other episode.
And we appreciate
It's
that.
been
I don't know
so
what show
long
yet.
that I can't remember
We'll
what the
have
last
to
episode was.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway,
thinking.
I'm sorry I didn't call.
There was one about boats. There was a boat one.
Oh yeah, I did a great story about a.
Yeah,
Boat,
the ship.
probably.
And I think that was the
The ship.
last
That was good.
one.
But I liked that
Wait,
one.
I didn't do that. Did Norm do
did.
that?
Yeah, you did. No, you did that
I
one.
didn't do it.
You did that, Tanner. Because
Whoa.
I was sitting over your shoulder and you kept saying, "Don't read my notes."
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That
Don't
was
read
a
my
good one.
notes.
I am. Oh, I don't remember if I told you guys. I am Lady Emily now.
I
is
saw
true.
that.
That is
Where is that knighthood from?
Scotland,
Oh, okay, very cool.
where my
She's
last
a
name comes
landowner.
from. So
It's-
it's basically
It's no Sealand, but very cool.
But she's a Scottish landowner.
I am Lady Emily.
What plot do you have in Scotland? How many?
It's
A
1
square
foot
foot.
by 1
Okay.
foot.
You should build a little house on
why
it.
Why is it 1 foot?
I don't know. That's
Because
just
don't they do
sell
metric?
it, but they sell it in 1 foot squares. I don't know what to tell you.
It's
Well,
probably
a foot is much significantly smaller than a meter.
probably all
It's-
Americans
It's
buying
basically
them.
a third.
Please
That is true.
just build a little Lego house right on the property.
Like James May, who has
I'm
a
just
full
gonna
size
put in a
Lego
little
house.
American flag.
There you go. Perfect.
Oh, me? I'm still Tanner. No, that's the wrong show. I'm Tanner.
There you
Still.
go.
Great.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, and I'm mom.
This is my mama.
Special guest.
Special guest, my mama. She made me.
Special guest, my mom.
Oh my goodness.
She's coming to visit for my birthday.
When was that? Did
A
I say
while
happy
ago.
birthday? I said happy birthday.
The 20th.
You didn't.
I did.
I know.
I
you
remember.
Did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so the last episode that you did was Elmer McCurdy.
Oh, that was fun.
that's
I enjoyed that
That one was
story.
good.
That was
and,
also cute.
and then the one before that was We Tried.
That's
We
probably
Tried
the one I'm thinking
Randonautica.
of.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
There was. What
And then
happened to
That
Ghost
was the-
Ships. Ghost Ships was back in June.
that was
that was back in June?
that was
Yeah.
Norm.
Ghost
wasn't
ships?
it? Yeah.
Made, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was Norman. It says Norman tells us. It says Norman tells us about it.
Wow. My time is not
Well, because
real.
Emily said Tanner, and I was like, I thought it was me, but maybe I'm wrong, so I'm just going to not say anything.
It says
on it. You're like, nah, it wasn't me.
No, I was like,
and it's like Norman tells us about a ghost ship. Yeah.
I'm very descriptive with our descriptions.
And then I did the Randonautica research, and then Tanner did
Elmer
Elmer
McCurdy.
McCurdy, and then it was Norman's turn.
That
and then
was a
here we
fun
are.
story. I
No,
liked
it was.
Elmer McCurdy.
I did.
Elmer
Yeah, so
McCurdy
much
was
that
good.
it was.
Yeah.
It stayed in our memories. Huh? It really made an impact.
I remember everything about it now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, get ready for another one. Because somehow it's me again, even though I went last time.
Well, that's what happens when you wait 3 months between episodes.
2
I
months.
cannot be held responsible
2
for
months.
everyone here.
to be fair, I had no idea it was my turn until I walked in the door. So
Norman
No,
walked
no,
in.
no, no.
I was like, I have to write a topic because it's my week. Well, actually, it's your week. But Emily
for
was
some
going to
time
cover
a
it.
lot of shade.
But then Emily said I have to cover it.
A lot of
You
shade.
asked me.
It's true.
I didn't say you had to. You were like,
Oh, I asked you, but in the same way, it's like, do you want me to stop for anything on the way, or are you good?
well, you did know. I remember.
That was
think
my
it was
Family
still
Guy
when we were at the
reference.
stop, because I was like, "Hey, do you have your topic yet?" And you went, "Nah."
Okay, but hold on. No, hold on. I was like, I don't have it, but like, I have an idea on what I could do. And then like,
life
Tanner
happened.
was like, well, I gotta wake up at like 4 a.m, so
Yeah, that's true. I don't have to do that anymore.
And
So,
then we all got
we're back in it.
between
We're
jobs.
back. I'll do the next one. I got this.
Yeah. We'll see. So, so you want to jump into the topic, or?
Absolutely.
Well,
I don't know
I'm
if
just
we're
having
really
a good
jumping
time.
in.
But
We've
we're
been here
jumping
for a
in.
mi- No,
Well,
I
we
think
have a
we're really
limited
just
battery
like,
though.
There's that.
We have a limited battery on everything.
Oh,
remember?
you got the charger. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's called life.
Whoa. I don't like like that.
Yeah,
You
just
didn't
ask
have
your
to
dad.
say that to me.
Ah!
What demographic are we in?
Did you hear her?
Yes.
Did you hear her just now?
No, I didn't.
I just told her to ask her dad.
I think
Oh no.
I think for TV Norm, we're still in the key demographic.
Yeah.
I
I'm pretty
am-
sure.
I
It's
am,
18 to 35 for TV.
Okay.
I'm right there.
So we've got some time.
I'm 23 now.
Hey, good job.
I made it. I didn't
made
think I would. With this year, who knew? Well, look at us. Who would have thought?
Fair.
So what's your topic today, Tanner?
So, since we're getting back into things, I thought it would be fun to talk about a man who is widely credited for potentially doing the most harm to mankind in history.
I have some guesses.
I know, but
couple
I tried to go outside of our normal thing for something that you might not know too much about. You might be familiar with the overall.
I am
plot
familiar with World War II, yes.
This has nothing to do with World War II.
Is it yokai?
It's not. I don't. The anime.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
a game.
Is it? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yokai Watch, brother.
I don't know.
I think that's the
Hannah,
only
what are we
time that
talking
anyone has
about?
said it like that.
I did watch Yu-Gi-Oh! The other day, though, so that was pretty sick.
Oh, I just realized
Tanner
I
made me
forgot my
come over
wallet.
to teach him how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And I was pretty good. I won.
Yeah. you
Norm,
did.
if I ever ask you to do that, assume something's wrong.
Life has gotten
If
me
I
bad.
ever ask you to do that,
It's
Just come
gotten
do
bad. I am held hostage.
I was going to say it's your safe word. Somebody, she's been kidnapped. Somebody come get her.
Play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Teach me how to play. Oh my God! Call the police.
Exactly.
so most harm done to mankind in history. I wrote in some exposition here. It's not really vital, but I'm going to go through it anyway.
Remind me to tell you a joke after the podcast. I'm going to write it down.
Oh, by all means, please. No, we have time.
Absolutely not. Sorry, I definitely threw you off your track.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to wait for you to finish. Are you done?
I'm finished speaking.
She's gonna
I'm
type
going to
out her
write it
joke.
down. So that
Go ahead.
The best jokes
Go
are
ahead.
always written down. No, go.
What's the? Hit me with some exposition.
So I just wrote in some dialogue here that is scripted that I'm going to go through.
Sure.
Was he a dictator? An elite operative? An evil warrior hell-bent on world domination? No. Thomas Midgley Jr. was an American inventor. He was born May 18th.
I don't like his name.
Thomas Midgley Jr.?
I don't think you can say that anymore.
I think it's fine.
That's a name.
It is. It's ugly, isn't it? I mean, sorry. No, it's fine. He was born May 18th, 1889, and became a mechanical and chemical engineer, although I'm going to use those terms loosely here.
In the 1800s, everything like that was used. It was
During,
loose.
you got ghosts in your blood. You should do some cocaine about it. During a time of massive technological advancement was the end of that sentence that I hadn't gotten to yet.
You're welcome.
Midgley graduated from Cornell in
Can
1911.
you call him Thomas?
No.
Okay.
It's going to be too much for me to remember every time this comes up, so no. Graduated from Cornell in 1911 with a degree in mechanical engineering and began work at General Motors in 1916. Don't make faces. It's just a car company.
Car companies have killed the planet, but you know.
Now, in order to understand exactly what Midgley was doing, we have to remember that cars at that time were relatively new and still had a lot of kinks to work out, right? Y'all know about engine knocking. You're familiar with that as a concept.
No.
Yes.
It's like
It's when your
Are you gonna knock?
engine knocks.
that engines
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It happens when fuel burns unevenly in the cylinders, and it makes like a...
I got that the first time. You could have just said, refer to the previous.
It makes a bad sound. It sounds kind of like... It's just bad.
Sounds like a knock.
It sounds like everything's breaking in
Okay,
there.
great.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Midgley was tasked with finding a fuel additive that would combat engine knocking, and so he set to work. I'm going to point out some stuff that a lot of other people have said in their commentaries on this, and I'm going to credit them where I can. But right here, I don't have a credit for this.
Works-cited.
I don't have a works cited for this. But as others have pointed out, his work typically consisted of pouring a little bit of whatever he had laying around into the fuel mixture and seeing what happened when he started an engine with it. Right?
I think that's fair.
That was chemical engineering at the time.
I think that is now. My cousin was briefly a chemist, I guess. Chemical engineer of sorts. And
Definitely experimenting.
Yeah.
You said officially?
He went to school for it.
Okay, okay, yeah, continue.
And then he stopped. But, we love him anyway.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, we've all been there, huh?
The end of that sentence was
Okay, Mom.
often with no regard for the potential side effects was the end of that sentence. I just never got to it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. So one day, Midgley cracked it. He found the magic missing ingredient. He was able to keep the engines remarkably quiet by adding tetraethyl lead to the gasoline. So at this point, this is where a lot of people, when they're talking about this story, they try to paint him as just incompetent or
Heard.
ill-informed,
Misguided.
Some people say short-sighted is another one. But the unfortunate fact is that Midgley knew full well what his invention, which would be known as leaded gasoline, could cause.
I buy the different kind than that.
Yeah, we all do. It's been illegal since, I think, 1996 to buy leaded gasoline.
That's too long.
So General Motors was aware, too. The effects of lead were well known at the time. And in fact, they went so far as to label the new formula ethyl and avoided any mention of lead in the marketing or information or on the product or in the branding.
Did they name it after their grandma?
Or when directly questioned.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah. So it seems to have worked. Ethyl gasoline sold like gangbusters. Very well. We have the best-selling gasoline. And one source quotes Midgley as saying, and I have to read this because it's impactful, on a phone call with his boss, Charles Kettering, "Can you imagine how much money we're going to make with this? We're going to make $200 million, maybe even more. A very exact hope." So this was said on a phone call because
Phones were invented.
he was home recovering from lead poisoning after inhaling leaded gasoline for 60 seconds to prove its safety at a demonstration in 1923.
That's very funny.
Jesus.
Yes. And so y'all are familiar with lead poisoning as a concept, right?
It's not great.
I have not experienced it firsthand because I know better now.
Yes. It causes a lot of stuff. Reduced IQ, hallucinations, bone problems, joint problems, muscle problems, brain problems, blood problems.
I already got all of
problems.
those, so
All the problems.
I don't
So-
stop nodding, Mom.
This was not the first or only time he got lead poisoning.
I would assume not.
He had a habit in the lab of just not caring about safety or what he was working with in general. He was one of those I don't need the gloves kind of people, And so it makes sense that he would
My
know.
stylist did that. She was like, "I'm trying to get you out of here. You've been here for a while." And then she went home with purple hands. So
Well, it could be worse. It could have been lead poisoning.
No, I'm sure, but all walks are the same at the end of the day.
I mean, I assume lead works the same way as venom, right? If you just have enough, you're introduced
Get a tolerance for
get a
it.
tolerance for the lead.
That's what heavy metals do in the body.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
At least not probably.
I mean, no one's done research on it, so we don't know.
That's true.
Well, I mean, we have a whole generation now
I was
of
going to say,
research.
I think there is research on that one. Just saying.
Is that MK Ultra?
No, that was a different thing. But also, never mind. I'm not going to get into it.
Fair enough.
They
I only know that name in a different experiment vaguely. I thought they were the same, but
How dare you stay on the rails while I'm trying to derail?
I mean, I'm happy to talk about MK Ultra. I'm just not going to say what I was about to say. About
Just
it.
vaguely, real quick, what was the thing where they're testing like
MK Ultra was
water?
where the CIA was dosing people with LSD and other things without telling them.
Yeah.
in an
Okay, so
attempt
there was
for mind
another
control.
there was another experiment earlier.
Oh
where
yeah,
they
didn't they kill like a bunch of people in California because they dumped stuff in the water?
Yeah, they dumped stuff in the water. I thought that was MK Ultra, but I believe that's not.
It might have been related. That could be an umbrella.
I mean, it's all
project.
I'm not going to Google it, and that's where I stand.
Same, unless I do it for this show, and then I will.
Exactly, that's where I'm at.
So we know that he probably had a pretty good idea what his ethyl gasoline was going to do to people. General Motors also had a pretty good idea, it turns out. See, they had discovered previously that you could achieve a similar result from adding ethanol to gasoline instead of ethyl lead. But ethanol is made naturally, and so can't be patented. So they were looking for something else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just GMO it.
They didn't have that.
Yes, they did.
This-
GMOs have been around since people have been
This
around.
was 1923.
Well, yeah, you
Well,
don't
yeah,
literally
but-
change the DNA, but at the end of the day, a GMO is a GMO.
Fair, I guess.
I'll take it.
So anyway, the advertising worked and leaded gasoline spread everywhere. It's very popular. Mm-hmm. The resulting widespread use of leaded gasoline is credited with a number of physical ailments, a lower average IQ of an entire generation that was exposed to it in the air, and even correlates...
Don't look at me when he says that. Hello.
I don't think your mom was a kid in the 20s.
You don't know. She looks
I
great
was
for her
not.
age.
I look good for my age, but not that good.
So it also correlates really, really closely with a massive spike in violent crime at the time, which, like, I looked at a
When
graph,
brain dumb.
and it's like two lines
Find
drawn
its answer.
over each other. Like, it's very weird. So we've reached the intermission in this story, talking about leaded gasoline.
So we can go off the rails again?
You go off the rails a little bit. Does anyone have anything to say about that?
No,
I'm not a fan of lead.
Fair. That's a fair point.
Decided I need to make a stand.
That's our official stance here.
Lead is
So
not
you
good
believe
for
in
your
lead
blood.
poisoning?
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
Need to see more proof.
Oh.
Okay, so let's say you wanted to be a brilliant inventor, and you had just invented leaded gasoline. And at the time, you know, it wasn't banned yet, and no one was blaming you for anything.
Well, you know doctors do recommend a cigarette before breakfast.
That's true. Raleigh Kids, the only cigarette made for little hands. What would you do next? What would your next move be?
Retire.
Retire? That's what I would do too.
Just take the money
Take
and
the
go
money and
home.
run. Yeah.
So anyway, Midgley set to work with Frigidaire, a division of General Motors, trying to solve a problem that they had.
Oh.
So, refrigeration back then was a little different. They still had a box and
Did
it got
he
cold.
invent the stuff that
We're
kills...
getting there.
Oh no!
So the gases that they used at the time were unstable.
Aren't we all?
They either, if they were volatile enough to achieve cold temperatures, they would either explode or they were poisonous if the system ever leaked and they got into the air.
Awesome.
So not great. And I'm going to quote Business Blaze, which is a YouTube channel. They say, and I didn't take time to research this, that's why I'm just quoting them directly,
Yeah.
that a leaky refrigerator in a hospital in Cleveland is cited as being responsible for 100 deaths while it leaks.
Yikes.
So,
I'm assuming the poison part, right?
yeah,
Okay.
poison gas.
Okay.
But you would think that in a hospital they could, like, treat that.
Look, poison is
Welcome
poison.
back. If they're still refrigerating with poison gas, maybe not. So Frigidaire wanted a new coolant that was inert enough to not explode, but volatile enough to create cold temperatures, and also not toxic to humans if inhaled. Right?
So not lead.
Right. So not lead. Midgley cracked it in 3 days with a small team. he invented something that could do this. He incorporated fluorine into a hydrocarbon to create something which would meet these criteria and technically succeed. The resulting compound, dichloro-difluoromethane, was commercially labeled Freon or Freon 12, and would become the first chlorofluorocarbon, or CFC. So the formula, which, by the way, you can still get Freon. Like if you have an older car like I do, you're probably going to buy Freon. It's not the same Freon. They've changed the formula, so it's not bad or as bad anymore.
Yeah, but they changed it recently for like air conditioners too. Because I had to replace my unit because I had a Freon leak and they couldn't replace my Freon.
Yes.
And everything else worked fine.
You can still trade in Freon 12 online, but I don't think it's legal.
Yeah. Cost me a fortune, but that's all right.
Well, yeah, okay. You helped save the planet. Oh, no.
Yeah, how dare I?
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. But this formula and other CFCs quickly became widely used in refrigeration, but also outside of that in things like aerosol cans, most famously hairspray. Mm-hmm. Right? So
Aquanet.
It was the 50s, baby.
Yes. I still use Aquanet sometimes. So it was safe. It wasn't toxic or explosive. It's... Allegedly. It was used as an accelerant in aerosols, and when it leaks into the atmosphere, either from those aerosol cans or from a leaky refrigeration system, it eats away at the ozone layer, it turns out, and creates the famous massive hole in the ozone layer.
It makes pretty lights.
It does make pretty lights. And global warming.
I mean, I like to think of holes in the ozone as just kind of a sunroof. You know?
It's like the opposite of
Actually,
that.
no, it literally
it's like
is.
a whole open hole.
When you open the sunroof, then the sun comes directly at you instead of having that block.
Yeah, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
And people pay extra for it.
See, what happened is people and penguins were getting cold. And so we just had to fix that somehow. Yeah.
Here's the thing, I think the penguins were fine.
Yeah, that's a joke.
No, I know, but like... Except African penguins. They're like, could we chill? Not chill. Could we warm up? Don't laugh at that. That was bad. Cut that out.
That was bad. I'm gonna take a breather, actually, and think about how bad that was.
That hurts my feelings.
No, it's okay.
But it's deserved.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
You just left us with... Alright, he's gone.
Where does he go? Tanner!
African
We're
penguin time.
unsupervised.
Oh, no. So did you know that global warming is what they're blaming for the fires in Colorado right now? Because it caused drought conditions and higher temperatures and not enough snowfall.
Yeah, that was assumed. I assumed, anyway.
You don't assume.
Don't assume. What are you doing assuming?
What happens when you assume?
Makes a butt out of my sister twice.
Exactly.
You know, I just found out, like, what that meant. Like, people would say it, and I'm like, alright, sure.
That's very funny and very on brand.
It's like one of those things where it's like, I'm too afraid to ask, so...
If you ever come up with one of those, just let me know. I'll bully you about it.
Yeah.
But it will stay in our circle of friends.
Oh, that's good. Good to know.
You need to start learning.
Chat.
Yeah, you need to start learning the cone of silence. Anything within the cone stays within the cone.
I don't think I could do that.
I don't think you can either.
Is now a good time to bring up that I did bully Norman into getting his driver's license?
That was a thing.
I've heard that.
That was a thing.
But in a way, I helped him get, when you were doing Lyft for a second,
Yeah.
I helped. Because you couldn't do it without a license.
Oh, yeah.
She's helped your career growth. There
I
you
helped
go.
you out.
And I want you to know, because you helped me, I've helped somebody else, because I was talking to a friend and they're 25 and they haven't gotten their license yet. They don't know how to drive. They're terrified. I was like, well, I didn't get my license till I was 27, so
I don't have mine.
You don't have yours?
No.
No, I'm actually going this week to get like my permit so I can drive.
Do you know how to drive?
I know how, but it terrifies me.
Okay.
So, Emily, you've got your next bullying victim.
No.
Get ready.
Times
That was all Tanner.
Get ready, because Emily will bully you.
I won't bully
And
you because
she-
you're trying.
It's so embarrassing.
She will make me. She will make you cry like she did me
I did not make you cry in public.
in public. What happened? Emily made me cry.
For what?
Bullying me.
This time, it was because of his license.
Or lack thereof.
I bullied him
Oh,
into
that's
getting
right.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very clear. I was still driving.
Yeah,
just
see,
didn't
that
have my
was the
license.
issue. That was the issue for me. Was he had been driving?
I was a very good driver. Just didn't have my license.
He just didn't have a driver's license because he had a learner's permit. And then when he moved down here from Indiana,
Indiana, yeah.
they just gave him another learner's permit. But once you're past a certain age, it says it's small on the back instead of on the
No,
top.
it doesn't even say it. It just has a restriction C. That's it.
Yeah, on the back it tells you what the restrictions mean.
Yeah, but who
Real
reads
small.
that? Because apparently,
police.
no, they don't. Because I've been between when I started driving at like 18 to 27, I've been stopped by cops multiple times, and not one cop has said anything like, "Wait a
So
second."
you're saying
Aren't
you're
you
a
saying
good driver?
you're the good driver though?
And you got pulled over by cops
I
multiple times.
am very lazy, and I do not. I don't get my sticker on time.
Oh my goodness.
Like I didn't get my one.
So you're driving with a permit illegally and didn't get your registration
Yes.
done.
Norman,
had insurance though.
stress me out.
Had insurance.
Great.
At least you had
How did you get insurance without a driver's license?
Look, man,
They weren't even going to ask for proof.
there's a rabbit hole of questions we can go down right now. But we don't have time. Tanner's
Have you
back.
ever heard of the general?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I imagine that's how. The general. No questions asked insurance.
Isn't Shaq one of the celebrity sponsor or whatever? Like Shaq is just on the commercials all the time.
I think I've seen a couple.
He's on a lot of
I could believe
commercials.
that.
I think Shaq.
Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Shaq also held a tiger at little Tiger King Zoo.
He also
Yeah, I did too though.
he also owns
Yeah, he
a used car dealership.
Sure.
I think a couple.
Good to know.
Yeah.
He also comes to Austin a lot.
And smokes
You've
hookah
done
with Tanner.
hookah.
That's true, I have. He's a nice guy. He's very large.
That's a good take. I saw him on Shark Week a couple years ago.
What is Shaq doing on Shark Week?
Yelling a lot, I'll tell you
What
that.
is Shaq not doing on Shark Week?
He was freaking out in an aquarium because they put him in the shark enclosure, and he was like, "Nobody touch me." It was very good. And then by the end, he was just like holding fins with a shark. It was pretty wholesome.
I like the idea of just Shaq popping up on like random shows. Like I'm going to be watching Ancient Aliens, and they're going to interview Shaq for something.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. He does so many weird ads.
He does.
Yeah,
He's just, you know what? He's just living his life
he is.
Yep.
and
Just let
getting
him live
paid
his
to
life.
just be himself. You got that icy hot money. That's all you need.
Old Spice.
Tanner,
Oh yeah, Old
Old
Spice.
Spice, yeah.
where do we leave off?
So
You left us unattended.
so let's say you have just invented two of the worst things ever in humanity.
I think I would
Which-
invent genocide next.
I had heard somewhere that he got a Nobel Prize.
I think that had already been invented.
The delay on that was my favorite part.
You broke,
Just that. Yeah.
you broke Norm.
Wait.
You broke Norm.
Nobody look at him.
Go ahead.
What a statement.
Please don't take that out of context. Please don't cancel me.
Oh man.
Go ahead, Tanner.
All right, Tanner, you were saying?
I don't remember.
If you just invented two of the things that are the worst things for humanity,
Right.
what would you do next?
I had heard, by the way, that he won a Nobel Prize. I couldn't find that. I don't think he did. But that would have been fun because of the backstory for the Nobel Prize, which we should go into sometime. That's another good episode. But what's the best way for this story to end, or the most appropriate way? I shouldn't say best.
I don't know.
He dies of
Murder
lead
man.
He's
poisoning.
going to die of his own invention. But it's not
The
lead
guillotine?
poisoning.
Oh, sorry.
It's not CFCs. It's more similar to a guillotine than anything else. So Midgley died as a result of one of his inventions. It was neither of those. Later in life, he contracted polio, which is
Did they
no
have a
joke.
cure by then?
Potentially, but yeah, he was too busy.
She's like, don't waste it on me.
Engineering.
My mom had polio.
Yeah, I know that.
So the polio ravaged his system, and he began to lose motor functions. But he was an inventor, and he invented a system of pulleys and ropes to help him get out of bed in the morning. And
how do you put them up? How do you, like...
maybe he had a person put him up.
Had other people help him.
I wouldn't help him.
Anyway, long story
That's
short.
where I stand.
Is he? Hold on, wait.
We shouldn't do long story short on a long form podcast about stories.
Long story short, he
Question.
died.
System of pulleys and ropes.
Hanging from the ceiling.
Right. Is he
To get
just
him out of bed.
Is he's his own puppet?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, that's
he
funny.
kind of raps and pulls and gets himself out of bed, or that's the idea. But being that he is who he is, it didn't exactly go as planned. So anyway, Midgley died in 1940 at the age of 51 of asphyxiation when one of the ropes in his contraption at the bed wrapped around his neck and was tightened.
Oh, no.
Yeah, killing him. So
I feel like that's the way you want to go. Dying by accident by an invention.
no one wants to die of asphyxiation in bed.
Not specifically.
Well, not
Well,
really.
die in bed,
but
just
there's
not
no
of
way that gets
asphyxiation.
spun the right way in the media.
Like dying on accident.
He died
on
a
one of your
peaceful
kooky
death.
schemes.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's not a joke to end on there, other than the whole story.
We just made several, so...
Yeah. That's the story of Thomas Midgley. It's not...
I don't like him.
It can be summarized very quickly.
Very good, sissy.
I don't
You're not
believe in him.
supposed to.
You don't believe in him?
He's a government conspiracy because the government actually did it. And now we have someone to blame. They actually took him out. It was a psyop.
They took him out of the police?
No, they hung him. They made it look like an
They
accident.
put him in the police.
It was a
Yeah.
government system of pulleys.
No. He did it, but then someone came over and was like, "Who's gonna believe you? You're dead."
What a ridiculous hitman!
I listen to a lot of Alex Jones. It's just like he's been on one of those kicks lately of just like, they're gonna kill me, it's not gonna be an accident. And it's so fun. Except it's not because I'm watching democracy crumple. And a crazy man is steering the wheel. I'm talking about Alex Jones specifically. He's at the helm.
He's a crazy person, that's true.
Yeah, he's zany.
I feel fine saying that on record.
Yeah.
He is an actual crazy person. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's my story.
Interesting.
Does
good.
anyone have any thoughts on that?
That guy sucked.
That was great.
Yeah, and so when I first started reading about it, or kind of when I first learned of who he was, I assumed that he invented these things completely without knowledge of how bad they can be.
So
but
innocently, yeah.
yeah, reading into it, they knew exactly what they were doing, but it was the most profitable thing to do.
Capitalism, baby!
Yeah. So,
I saw a billboard yesterday that said, Biden wants to dismantle capitalism. It's like, that sounds great.
But how much money did they lose in lawsuits over that? I mean, you would think that if
I
they
can't imagine
if they
it would
knowingly
after
invented
the fact,
things,
maybe?
yeah.
Well, I can't imagine. Well, it's like,
but
well, it's
but
like
would
that
it be
when we
enough
were-
to
when
counteract
we
their
were-
profits? Yeah.
Right. Well, like when we were in Hawaii and they were like, the guy wanted to take out the reef so he could put a private boat area.
Yep.
A private dock is what they might call it. And
It's exactly what they would call it.
yeah, they were like, no. And he was like, how much is the fine? And they were like, this exorbitant amount. And he was like,
Here you go.
have it. And then took up the...
Took out the
Because
reef and
money
put it in his
speaks louder
private.
than
Well,
morals.
that reminds
Yeah.
me of a story someone told about they had dated a rich person, and they were saying that there's no rules when you're wealthy enough, and he pulled into a no park. He parked on a curb, basically, to go into a building in New York that they wanted to go to. And she said, you can't park here. And he said, I can. It just costs $500. And they did
Can
it.
you imagine?
Just having an extra $500 to pay for parking.
I don't like it when I have to pay like $12. $12 is too much for parking, like in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I'll just find somewhere else to park.
I don't pay for parking generally. I'll park way far away and walk.
And walk a bunch.
Yes.
I found a nice church over by the convention center, but it's still like a mile, and it's still at dark time. I get very nervous.
Get a scooter. They have scooters?
They have scooters now.
Get a scooter.
There's a lot in the river.
There's something about Emily and a scooter I don't trust.
Yeah, I think that's why I've never
That's
done
fair.
it.
Totally fair.
Now, hold on. I have never hurt myself doing something like that. I've only hurt myself in stupid ways.
Well, or getting thrown
And
from
what
a
would you
horse.
call falling off of a public scooter?
Reasonable.
I have done the scooters. They're very fun, and they go
There's
faster
scooters
than
in
you would
town now.
anticipate. There are, yeah, and
People
actually
keep parking them right next to my car, and I don't like it.
there are job postings for being the scooter pickup person on the internet. I've
You could
seen
do that
them.
for a little bit while you're in between.
I don't want to do that, and also no,
But how much does it pay?
I don't
Probably
know.
not enough.
$2 per scooter, baby.
It's a small town. You can make like $20 pretty easy.
It is so obvious that
Good.
that y'all have not been in the same room for a while because we've broken Norm. You just broke Tanner.
Yeah, Norm and I just got lunch the other day, and I lived with Tanner for a month.
That's true.
Maybe
We haven't
just
all
enjoy
three
each
been
other.
in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We played Just Dance like a month ago.
That's
We
true.
played Just Dance.
Yeah,
Tanner
Tanner watched
refused.
us and took videos.
I took videos, and they'll be going
And you
up on the
didn't share?
Patreon
Hello?
very soon. I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Did I not send it to you?
No.
I think the sending
You didn't
failed.
even tell me about
We'll
it.
have to put that on our YouTube channel.
Please.
Also, I got everything
Please,
worked out with
please.
my Switch. I don't have the light anymore, so
Oh, nice.
that's on purpose. So it's okay.
Oh, okay.
I said it like it was a tragedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's no longer with. I sold it, and I paid for Watch Dogs with it.
Nice.
You're welcome.
So that's pretty exciting.
Since I paid for the Switch,
Yes,
I paid
and
for Watch
asked-
Dogs.
Now, for the record, I did ask permission.
Yes, you did. You did.
And I said, "What do you want to do?" And you were like, "You can pay off Watch Dogs, and I'll pay off Assassin's Creed." And I was like, "This is the best day of my life."
Happy birthday.
It doesn't take much.
No. I
Between-
just finished Assassin's Creed, the old one.
Odyssey,
Which
or
old
the
one?
original?
Well, the
Because you know, there's
original.
like
No,
15
Odyssey.
years of them. That's not the old
Yeah.
one.
The other one. The most recent other
I
one.
finished.
What country?
I'm at 95%.
What do you mean?
It's the Greek.
Okay.
Greek?
the
Oh,
one.
yeah. The Spartan, by the time I was done with it. Thank you.
I
Okay.
still played both sides.
Because, I mean, it's been set in all sorts of countries, so.
Yes.
Not enough Eastern countries. There was a China one, and it was a
Where's
bad
the next
game.
one coming on? Where's it going to be?
Vikings.
Oh,
So
you love the
Ireland.
Vikings. You'll be
I
happy.
love Vikings.
I'm okay with Vikings. I wish they would go to Rome or like Japan. I
So
want a Ghost of Tsushima made by Ubisoft.
I guess I can talk about this since I don't work there anymore, but my previous job was user-uploaded content moderation for a video game. And I have been pondering a Norse...
I won't say what company, but when
It
you
wasn't-
said
it
it,
wasn't
we
a good one.
all laughed.
Yeah.
We all went, "Oh, that's a joke."
Yeah. So I was thinking about getting a
And I almost forgot
Jorgenmander tattoo, the world serpent. I had one picked out that I really liked and I wanted to get it. But white supremacist groups just keep adopting Norse symbology.
Yeah, they do that.
Like,
Have you
every
seen-
time
hold on.
there's a new symbol that I'm interested in, I look and it's like, oh yeah, a hate group has that one now. Can't get that tattooed.
Yeah, apparently hate groups ruin everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
I'm gonna give a hot take here. I don't like hate groups.
You hate groups?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
the
whoa.
irony.
That's our
Hold on.
main demographic.
That's it.
Wait, hold on. What?
All right, easy,
Why
Trump.
didn't nobody
Relax.
tell me?
I'm gonna send you guys a video that you have to watch later. Techno Viking, it's art.
I have heard of that.
It's art.
I don't know that I know it, but I've heard of it.
It's art. I'm sending it to you right now. You don't have to watch it right now because we are recording a podcast, but ooh, I can just airdrop
Oh, wait,
it
are
to
we
you.
still recording? Oh, man.
Yes. Queen.
I
What else,
don't
man?
know about that one, Norm.
Yeah, well.
just
I'll
me.
workshop
Oh,
it.
are you airdropping me a video?
Well, I tried to. I just
He
sent
just
it in the group
accepted
text.
Oh no, it's opening.
Would you guys like to do something that's interesting to the listeners?
No.
That's not really our job.
Obviously,
This is-
I've listened to all of your podcasts.
This is for
That's
us.
true.
We do this for us. Hi,
we
listeners.
can do our segment.
Can do the segment.
We can do the segment.
I need a moment to research.
I will turn around.
Oh, you're not turn around right now.
Oh yeah,
While we're
we've
doing-
decided who's doing what.
Yeah, but I can see his screen from here.
Oh, I'm gonna do it on here.
Okay.
Oh, multiple screens.
Ooh, ah.
We live in the future, Ma. I'm just gonna look at Techno Viking. I've been ready.
Oh, we're all ready?
Mom, are you ready?
I was born ready.
All right. Let's get into it.
I'll go first because she made me.
Okay. You do your thing.
With a little help from your dad. Go ahead.
Gross.
You're welcome.
Mine, you gotta be careful. It's the folk monster.
Okay.
Okay, tell me about the folk
Is
monster.
it like
It's
Beck?
like Bigfoot.
the musician Beck?
Oh, boo. Okay,
You gotta be careful because
Wait, it's like Bigfoot, but what?
in Arkansas,
does he have little feet?
also known as the Boggy Creek Monster. Actually, they were like, he has 3 toes.
Ooh.
So that
he's
makes
like
him
a-
different.
Uh,
But also, other footprints have been like, he has 5 toes.
Is that all you got on him?
Great story, Emily. Tanner, what you got?
Arkansas.
The folks around there are they're gems. And it's Bigfoot, but in Arkansas.
With 3 toes.
Well, he's also known as the Boggy Creek Monster.
with an undetermined number of toes.
There we
Between
go.
3 and 5 toes.
But never 4.
Well, we
Sometimes 4.
He definitely has more than 0.
He has toes.
There we go.
He's also known as the Boggy Creek Monster and the,
did Scooby Doo do one
Jonesville.
of those?
That sounds very
I was
Scooby-Doo-ish.
going to say it sounds very Scooby-Doo-ish.
You gotta be careful because
Scooby-Doo-esque.
Yeah.
with how it's pronounced, because it's... I don't want to get too close to saying a bad word right in front of my mother.
Thank you.
I can bleep it later.
Yeah, but you can't bleep her memory. It's the
Oh, that sounds like a good idea for a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Bleeping people's memory. You just go back.
I feel like that's been done.
That's kind of like Men in Black.
I know
with
it
a little...
hasn't, but like I feel like it has.
Men in Black, maybe
Men
a
in
Tom
Black.
Cruise vehicle.
No.
I feel like that's
That's too
Will
it's too
Smith.
fantasy for him.
I mean, I
He
can
did
see Will
Minority
Smith, but-
Is
Report.
it like a Black Mirror
yeah, but
episode?
that's still sci-fi. I guess you could do it.
Wait, no, it actually is. It's a book. No, I'm thinking of maybe We Happy Few.
That's Happy Pills.
Anyway,
But your job in the game is you work at a company and you go back through newspapers and just black out everything that's uncomfortable.
Didn't that game fail because it got AAA funding?
I think so. It's actually pretty fun. I liked it.
what's the word you were trying to say that you can't?
Folk Monster. Fouke.
Oh.
Fook.
Fook Monster.
Yeah, that still feels too close to a bad word.
I can say that and not feel uncomfortable. Fook. There you go.
Fook Monster.
All right, who's
Okay.
next?
My monster is well, it's a car. I didn't have a better way to say
Decided to
it.
do a car?
My
Is it a
cryptid
transformer?
it's called the Black Volga. It's a myth.
That feels like it might be an issue.
It's a myth that's popular.
Look at both of them.
Is this another
okay.
innuendo I don't know?
It's popular in Poland, Hungary, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Greece, and Mongolia.
Mongolia?
Maybe mainly between the 60s and 70s. It's black GAZ 21 or 24, famously, which is a car, and it's known It's known for driving around and abducting children.
What?
And hold on. It's said to be driven by priests, nuns, Jewish people, communist secret police, Russian mafia, vampires, Satanists, or Satan.
That's long,
awesome.
juxtaposed list.
So...
And what was it called again?
The Black Volga. And the cool thing about it is it's rumored to be three extremely popular models of cars that were mostly made in black anyway.
Oh, so like a red Kia Soul
because of
people.
yeah,
Pretty
because
much.
of economic reasons. Black is the cheapest car paint to make, but also sometimes it's red. Okay, that's it.
No. Hold on. What a wide range of people that may be in the car.
It's a wide range of people that may be in one of three cars and one of two
Priests
colors.
or Satans or secret police or communists.
Priests, nuns, Jewish people.
Yeah, we forgot the Jewish
communist
people.
secret police, vampires, Satanists, or
And
Satan.
Got it.
Hey, Satan, get in the car. Me and these vampires are looking for children. All right. Sure, man.
Hey, unrelated.
Which
I
president
think you
was
guys would
that?
like, I think it was most of them. According to Alex. No, I think you guys would like What We Do in the Shadows, the show.
I've been watching it.
Watch a little bit of it.
It's very
I
interesting.
accidentally watched all of it. Except the third season.
I
because
added
it's on Hulu.
to my server. I added Being Human, the UK version, and I think you should watch it.
I don't think I would like it.
You don't? It's interesting. It's
Yeah, I
it's
don't-
more of a drama, but
I'm not really into
Okay,
British
Norm. So what's your
dramas.
cryptid?
Sorry, we'll continue this later.
yeah, okay.
I was going to say it's 11:35,
Thank you.
so I'm
I was
just
about-
trying to
Thank
keep
you.
us on track.
All right.
Yes, Norm.
Cool. So my cryptid is called the Rumpkin. The Rumpkin is a fairly...
Do you have to remember his name to get your baby back?
Rumpelstiltskin.
All right. Wow.
That was weak.
I was
that was
also
weak.
coming up with a
I'm
joke,
counting- Yeah. I'm
and it would have
counting-
been better, but I didn't come up with one.
Sometimes it's about speed. Doesn't
Well,
have to be funny, just has to
Good.
be quick.
well, it's Rumpkin. And this one is a cryptid in New York.
Is it a jack-o'-lantern come to life?
Are you sure it's not just a person in New York?
Rumpkin.
You never
Is that
know.
racist?
Against New York, the race?
I said that off mic.
So the Rumpkin is it's a jack-o'-lantern. But
Come to life.
yes, it is
That's
a
what I
jack.
said. That was the joke.
That's exactly what you said.
Well, you got it. But its head is upside down.
Obviously.
I was going to make a joke, but then I remembered I'm thinking of Leprechaun 2.
We should watch Troll 2.
Not
Leprechaun
tonight.
2 is
No.
troll.
Anyway, as you were saying,
Thank
Norm,
you.
I only
On
watch
rails.
I only watch sequels with the subtitle Back to the Hood. That's the only sequels I watch.
I feel like that's...
Rumpkin, it's
Leprechaun
a
2,
monster.
Back to the Hood.
It's a pumpkin monster with the
isn't
pumpkin
even a
head
sequel.
upside down. He, crap. He. I was trying to like go fast, and I'm like, I shouldn't go fast. He is mostly said to be seen around Halloween, of course. He resembles a one-eyed orange humanoid
Mostly?
with an upside down
One-eyed,
jack-o'-lantern
one horn.
on his head.
fine purple people eater.
Giant pumpkin, upside down head.
He only speaks in rhymes.
Ooh, very fun.
I'm
And
intrigued.
if-
I'm back in.
He only speaks in rhymes. And if you speak ill of his rhymes, he places a pumpkin over your head, which you suffocate to death.
Dr.
Oh,
Dre
okay, I was-
decrypted.
I was about to say, I could
Yeah, no, it's
I was
just
about to say
Dr.
I
Dre in an orange jumpsuit.
Okay.
Forgot about Dre was weak. Okay, I'm done.
So one of these is real and two of these... Well, one of these is
Fake.
in lore,
Yeah.
and the other two are
Fact or
fake.
fiction?
No.
Paranormal
Two are
Files.
real. Or, well, real.
Two have lore and one does not.
Yes.
Two have Wikipedia pages.
Yes.
Is the blanket statement.
We are Wikipedia, the podcast. So,
I mean, don't call me out like that, but yeah.
All right. So I'm going to say
feel free to ask follow-up questions.
lore.
Okay. Is
She
it because of
pointed
all the
at- I
pointed at
Is it because of
Tanner.
all the countries I can name?
No, because of all the different people that were potentially in the car. That was such a bizarre list. It has to be
Yeah,
true.
but that makes it so much more believable to me.
Exactly. And that's why I said there's lore behind
Because
Tanner.
of course it's vampires.
Because of course.
Vampire
Exactly.
Wait,
Wait,
or
so what are you
Congress.
saying? Are you saying that his
Black
is the one that he made
Volga.
up?
No, I'm saying his has a Wikipedia page.
Oh, okay. Well, that was unclear.
So one of you two does not have a Wikipedia page in my brain.
I should have gone with the toilet ghost.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just thinking about
So-
fucking walking around New York spitting raps. Speak ill of his rhymes. He suffocates you.
With a pumpkin.
Sounds like a
All right,
yokai
man,
in New York.
You didn't have to be a jerk about that. You
She
die
is
now.
a jerk about that, but that's okay.
You die now.
You're done.
Okay, and yours was called what?
What was yours?
Monster. Also known as the Boggy Creek Monster, aka Bigfoot in Arkansas.
We should
The
have
worst
a whole
part is,
podcast
I know
called
I've
Bigfoot
heard of
Except.
Boggy Creek Monster, but I'm trying to figure out, like Tanner said, if it's from Scooby-Doo or reality. So I'm going to say wiki page for him, and you made it up, Emily.
Mom, you and I watched a documentary about the Boggy Creek Monster. not
That's
a
a bold
month ago.
choice.
That's where it came from.
Well, see, I realized it at reading through his alternative names. I was like, oh, because on Twitch you can do watch parties on with Prime things, and that was one of the crappy documentaries I chose.
Yeah, but I didn't have Prime on that TV, so I didn't watch it.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Well, let me tell you, the folks are colorful, and they just say it the way I was trying not to say
All right,
it.
so
a
which
lot.
one of you two made it up?
I made it up.
Okay.
Well, mine. You want to know my inspiration?
Sure.
It's a Power Rangers villain.
Oh, that's right!
Oh,
It's a
that's
Power
sad
Ranger-
because I watched so much Power Rangers when she was little.
It's a Power Rangers monster named the Pumpkin Rapper. That he only speaks in raps, and the Power Rangers talked crap about his rapping, so he tried to suffocate him.
Wow.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Isn't this at least the second one you've done based
Yes,
on Power
but-
Rangers?
No,
it
the
is.
first one was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But it doesn't.
But I thought you did do a Power Rangers one.
I don't remember
Maybe.
anything, mate.
I vote that doesn't adhere close enough to Norman's rule of only doing villains from 90s cartoons.
Well,
Well,
exactly.
exactly.
Close to the 90s. But I do wanna testify to Norman's memory. He lost his wallet in his sock drawer for at least a month,
It was
and that
Twice.
was right after he found it again.
twice. Like 2 months later, it happened again.
And he didn't tell me for some time, which
Oh
was
my
smart.
goodness.
And one time I walked into the back room and it was just sitting on the back, and I was like, wasn't he missing this? Did I just find it? That was right after he found it. He left it in the back room.
That was a fun episode.
That was.
Pumpkin wrapper.
I had a good time.
There's a pop for it.
Is there really?
There's a yeah.
There's a pop for just about. It's like the Apple app
There's a pop
commercial.
for that.
There's a pop for just about anything.
That's wonderful.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
the
I remember
best.
that.
All right,
Hold
what
on,
next?
I
What next,
wanna
Tanner?
hit some highlights from the Wikipedia page I was on, which is just a list of cryptids. I liked Great Spider.
Is that just a big spider?
No, the description is enormous spider.
So, yes.
Some I'm gonna use again because
you
I
probably
think
don't
that's
wanna say
fun.
them.
Yeah, no. But like, I like, and so there's different classifications. There's animals that are semi-aquatic, terrestrial, and winged. And winged is Jersey Devil, Mothman, and Thunderbird.
Wait, Mothman is a winged cryptid. Who knew?
I don't need that. Frankly.
Tanner, can you play what's that game I asked you to play? The dating sim with the monsters?
Monster Prom.
Yeah, can you play Monster Prom on your stream? It's a dating sim but like cryptids.
The Jack The
Nope.
Jackbox
Nope.
one?
It's
That's
a dating
Monster.
site.
That's Monster.
You know what? I downloaded for the other podcast.
Yeah, should we talk about it on this one?
Monster Brawl, which is
Sounds familiar.
it's a B movie that
I'm in.
has some commentators from
Say less.
some commentators from WWE
Oh my.
commentating a brawl to the death between the famous Universal monsters.
So that would get you and Catherine. in the
Mothman
same-
wins, right?
Mothman's not in there,
Well, then I'm out.
and I don't remember
B
who
movies,
wins.
you're
But I
back
think
in.
one of them is just Ghost, and that one's just a ghost.
There was something else I wanted to point out, but I keep coming back to Great Spider. Enormous spider.
Well, this was fun.
This was fun. Yeah. Go ahead and call this a night. What do you say? I mean, unless you
I
want to
say I.
just record through and do C3 and then the next episode of our show.
Do you want to give all of your
Mom,
social
plug
media
yourself.
information?
That's called plugging. That's
Plugging.
what the cool
Whatever.
kids call it.
It's
Mom.
past my bedtime.
Mom.
Get over it.
Do your plug.
IT Security Mom on Twitter. That's all I got.
She likes all of my tweets.
I do.
Which you can find at Ninja Squirrel, NJASQRL.
Wow, is that a segue?
That was
A
a
little
segue,
bit.
my man. I'm thinking of rebranding to Lady Ninja Squirrel because I think that's very funny.
I refuse.
That's a lot of work, trust me. I've rebranded everything I've ever done.
I've rebranded
But
already
she
once.
went from Ninja Squirrel to NJA Squirrel.
No, I went from Ninja Squirrel 97, which was a little too identifying, and also too many letters.
Fair.
So I could just do, or I could do just Lady Squirrel, but I feel like that's
Lady
I don't
SQRL.
You're asking for a community you don't want.
exactly. So
Exactly.
That wasn't even what I thought of, but that's a good call too. I think I'll just stick to what I am. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and usually at home because there's a pandemic.
At
Watching. Well, I'm not going to tell you where I live.
no, you haven't given your Twitter.
I have. I spelled it twice
Okay.
and everything.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's past my bedtime.
Tanner.
I just have this problem where I keep talking.
Emily, help Tanner.
What's my Twitter?
Tanner, you can find Tanner at I'm Still Tanner on Twitter, CaseNT111 on Instagram.
Don't follow me on Instagram.
Well, Big Baby liked your tweet or your picture of your dog.
That's true.
On
He
Instagram.
did. We're still best friends.
Were you best friends to begin with?
No. Twitch.tv/
Dumpster_Jedi.
that's the one.
Yo, you can find me at Unhappy Bananas on Twitter, Unhappy_Bananas on Instagram, and just kind of Google Unhappy Bananas, and I'm probably
Unhappy
there.
Bananas on Twitch as well.
Yeah, on Twitch. Yeah, I do Twitch.
But is it with or without
Fairly.
the underscore on Twitch?
Yeah, me.
On Twitch, no underscore.
No underscore.
Got it.
Luckily.
Also, Dumpster Jedi on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have a YouTube channel. There's only 2 videos, and it's just us playing Sea of Thieves.
Oh, that's cute.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I have a video on my YouTube. It's my stand-up set. It has almost 100 views. Please help me.
Oh, man.
And tune into my at Unhappy Bananas on YouTube, where I'm doing a little dance.
You have to
ah.
record a dance now.
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
All right, and where is Spook Troop?
I was getting there, but I had to make this joke first, but he didn't want to listen. Anyway, you can find us at Spook Troop Pod on Twitter, Instagram. That's it. And also, we have a website, C3media. Is it
Channel
C3
3.
Channel? Sorry. It's been a second. Channel3media.com. You can find all of our links. You can find our socials there as well. You can leave a review, suggest a topic, find our other podcasts in network, and leave nice notes like Mom does.
Please tell your friends.
Please tell your friends.
Tell them.
Please.
Okay, bye.